Back again like we never left before. Your favorite podcast, Real Shit Let's Talk podcast. Man, I got Leo in the building. Long time coming. Brother from another mother. We finna get into it. Let's talk some shit, Leo. What's going on with you?
What's up, bro? Let's talk some shit.
Hey, man, listen. What's the powers of like leveling up to you? What does that mean?
Coming into your truth.
And that stands from like
believing in yourself, being confident.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think we all vibrate at a frequency.
Right.
And I think, for example, you and I, we definitely vibrate at that same frequency. That's why we clicked.
Yes, sir.
Right? So being honest, being real, being authentic, being true to who you are, all these values allowed us to match.
Facts. And I think with leveling up comes with a sight of like insecurities. And the reason why I say that, when
imposter syndrome.
Like, right. Because you'll be like, I can't do this. I don't want to do that. I don't see myself doing this. And these things come in where you're having kids, where you might lose your job, or you might work multiple jobs. But I think with leveling up, it's a whole different, it's a whole different like course by itself. Like, fuck life.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, life is, as they say, life is lifing, right? So then when I say it,
life is lifing.
Right. I don't even like it no more. I was like, yo, it is what it is. It's like, because grandma and granddad didn't say life is lifing.
Right.
They was like, yo, times get hard times make stronger people. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So that's why I thought about it. But yeah, man,
leveling up is a choice.
Okay.
It starts with you making that choice. Okay. If you don't choose to level up, you're going to stay stuck where you are. Right? Like, if you really want to have money and you want to be successful, nothing's going to change unless you take action.
Facts.
For you to take action, you must make a decision to take action. It all starts with the want.
Okay.
So, for example, people who are overweight, people who want to lose weight, they eventually get to a point where they say, I'm done. They've made the choice. I will no longer choose to live this way.
100%.
I am going to change my life. I am going to get healthier. I am going to shed some pounds. It is a decision that you need to make for yourself, for your health, for your life. As soon as you make that decision, everything is going to fall into place and doors are going to open.
I think too, when you say that, like when the doors do open, I feel like some people are scared to walk through that door because that door right there is not necessarily as big or as open as it's possible.
That just means they're not ready.
Touche.
And they haven't made the decision fully yet. Like they're 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
All right. I like that. Or they're playing hopscotch with life.
Exactly.
Okay. I got you.
Because when you're 2 feet in, you're going to go through that door. You're going to break through. You're going to walk through, smash through. Do what the fuck you got to do to get there.
Facts. And that's what I think, too, what I've been learning now recently, like I said, man, I'm watching you closing deals and offers, Bishop closing deals and offers. So, like, it's like, man, leveling up looks like this. Okay, now I can even 10x this, 20x this, and be in a whole different category by itself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm liking the level up journey. I feel like it's always room to grow. It's like I said, like your studio is fire phenomenal. You know, studio we in is fire phenomenal. So it's like, yo, I got to get me a studio. You know what I'm saying?
That's the other side of it, right? When you find someone who's doing what you want to do, right? And you get that vision, that inspiration, that also together with you making the decision allows you to level up. Because now you got a decision made, and you have a clear vision of where you want to go and what you want based on what you've seen.
Right. Well, what do you do when you have setbacks? What about you?
Setbacks are lessons that need to be learned.
Okay.
To me, there is no failure, only lessons, right? I heard a quote that said that you are, I think, 24 failures away from your end goal, right? So if let's say that was true, if you're 24 failures away from your end goal, from your success, wouldn't you want to get the first 10 failures right away to gain momentum?
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
You want to get that out the way. People who succeed because they tried everything else.
I can agree.
Tom Brady has the most interceptions in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
But
he's still a good.
But that's why he's the GOAT. That's why he has 7 rings. Because he's not scared to throw an interception.
Right.
He'll wipe that off his memory, go back to the next play, and throw a spiral.
Facts. Hail Mary.
Exactly.
That's what I call it right now. It's like, and that's what I believe in, just doing what we do, right?
Yeah.
And the part of also leveling up, it just takes your mindset. I feel like it also has to do with mindset, right? Your desire is there, but then when you acquire it, like internalize it, it's like what you eat for breakfast, what you drink for lunch, and what you go to sleep with, waking up in your dreams to feel like, and your dreams can take you to not only that other level, but another dimension that people, when you walk in the room, you own the room before people even know who your name is. Or I want to know who Leo is.
Right.
Or I want to know who JR is, because they were like, yo, they're 2 important people. We don't even know nothing about them. So I think in leveling up it takes also a bit of confidence, consciousness, and be cognizant of who you want people to view you as and who you view yourself as. Because it starts with self, right? If you wake up in the morning and you just don't do shit, like you just don't do it, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna be shit. You ain't gonna go nowhere. And shit's gonna keep happening so much that it's gonna fucking fog your mind.
Yeah.
And I think that's too what I've been learning too. Like I've had, like I say, I've had my down days. You know, I just don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But
JR, will you accept, you choose?
Facts. But I didn't accept it.
Yeah.
However, it's like I still you have that. Something I learned quite a session ago. It was 48-hour rule.
Okay.
At 48 hours, the first 24, I'm going through my problems or my situations. The next 24 is going to be the result, the solution, and I forgot about the problem already. I'm on to the next, right? And so like that's why, like with me starting out in pod, right? It was a tripod, my phone, and a little clip, and hey, and I even faced the phone the wrong way, man. That's why I thought it was until I learned it wasn't that way. And next thing you know, I'm like, yo, they keep saying 4K and you got all this HD. I don't see this shit. I got this. I got the new phone and everything. And it's like, yo, you had it wrong the whole time. Got a great view, you know what I'm saying, for what I was doing because it was small. But I was like, yo, you mean to tell me I was doing it wrong the whole time? But guess what?
At least you were doing it.
Right. And that's what's like starting. That was my very first time. I was like, that's a pod.
Right. And you learned the lesson.
Facts. But I took, like say, also taking risk.
Yes.
Like that's my motto right now, all 2025. All risk, calculated risk, stay hustling, stay motivated. And then just keep going because it's like you wake up in the morning, it's like I eat success for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And I chase momentum with getting better at the one thing or building upon my craft so that guess what? Days like this that we're sitting here shooting a part, we could be in Las Vegas, you know, doing the big stage. You know what I'm saying? It's doing things that other people didn't see coming, but now it's here. And so, like I say, like a man, I see it like, yo, Leo, you going to Vegas? Yeah. You going? Yeah. You going to UK? Yeah, I'm going to UK too. What's up? We here now. And you know what I'm saying? I like moving at the speed that I am, but I can always move a little bit faster. That's what I'm learning too, and leveling up. And also, leveling up costs you a great bit of time.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we got mentors.
And money.
Hell yeah. Don't forget about the money. Yeah. What would you think you say your most valuable lesson learned on this journey of leveling up to where you are now?
It's a good question. One of my most valuable lessons. Patience is a very good one.
Gotcha.
As fast as you got to move, sometimes you got to be patient and let things play out, right? And the other big lesson I've learned is control what I can control. What I cannot control, let go. Do my part. do what's within my control. What is not, let go. Don't worry about it. Let life play out, and it'll turn out okay.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So your faith is strong in your path.
My faith is very strong in me, in God, in what I'm doing, in my vision, in my path.
So let me ask you this then. When people don't see your vision that's close to you, do you let them go, or you don't, or you just tune them out?
Depends who.
Okay.
Okay, if they are an employee of mine and they don't see my vision, they got to go.
Okay.
Okay, but if it's like my wife, then we have to talk it out, right? And we have to come to a middle ground and understanding of, okay, this is my vision. What's your vision? Can we work something out? Can we meet in the middle?
Okay. Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah. It's tough because you want to, in our visions, like we want to take care of like everybody in general, right?
You really can't.
But you can't.
You gotta learn that you can't.
Right. And then also on top of that, you end up at like a brick wall because those people who you help necessarily won't help you back when you need it.
We were actually having that conversation a couple of nights ago with Brandon Boyd and David Power Talk. Shout out to them. You can't help everyone.
Facts.
Both me and David were telling the story of how we each had a close friend that we tried to put on, right? And we wanted more for that person than they wanted for themselves. You know, and it doesn't work out. When you're trying to pull someone to a level that they're not ready to go or they don't want to go, a lot of friction.
Right.
A lot of pulling, right? A lot of you having to carry that person for a little bit.
Right.
And that ruins the relationship quickly.
So you lost some close friends?
Oh, yeah. Because you're pouring in all that energy into them, right? Wanting them to grow and be better, and they don't want it. They're not giving you that energy back.
Right.
So it's a one-way relationship. They are literally just mooching off of you energetically.
Facts.
You know, they're just sucking your energy and not giving you energy back.
Right, like half cup full, half cup empty, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I think too, what I've learned with people is that they don't necessarily always like judgment, like criticism, constructive criticism.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? You could say
because it requires them to do something about it.
Right.
And nobody wants to do shit nowadays.
Take accountability.
Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to do anything.
Right. But everybody thinks you can go to Twitch and, stream and you can make all this money. Everybody thinks that you can just hop on YouTube and make a lot of money. And it's levels to it, right?
Bro, there's so much work in production and editing and scripting and you knowing how to talk and you being comfortable in front of the camera. People think that YouTubing is easy. It's hard as a motherfucker, bro.
Trust me.
That shit is hard as a motherfucker.
Hey, look, I still be learning.
Yeah.
And it's all about being self-aware, right?
Yes.
When you're self-aware about certain things, it doesn't distract you too much. You know what I'm saying? Because you're aware of, you're comfortable in the skin you're in. You're moving along the aligned assignment of your destination. So when you go that way, it's either that way or it's no way.
Yeah.
You know, I have a circle of 5 people. That's it. That's been for the last 10 years, maybe.
Okay.
You know, and that's it. We're all hustling. We're all motivated. We're all getting to the bag, but we're also taking care of our families too. You know what I'm saying? But we have a little ups and downs, or we're going through some hardship. But like one thing that I like to always tell my good, strong circle of brothers is that call me. You need me? I know it's for sure a reason why you're calling me at midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then hold me accountable. That's the one thing I'm learning. Like my people's like they've started like this 2025 year. They was like, yo, when I call you, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. But it was like a silent without actually saying it. It was like, hey, what's up? You up? Oh, okay. Yeah, hustling motivated. All right. Click. That's it. You know, or later in the day, hey, what you sleep for? It's time to go do something. Did you edit your video? Did you do with the woo? Or you want to shoot another pod?
What'd you do with the woo?
Yeah. I was like, what is that? I was like, it's like, no, you said you had to do whoop de whoop. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, I did whoop de whoop, did. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just watched, like I said, man, I've been watching you, and your pods and different things of that nature. You had Wes Watson on yours. How was that?
That was very, very interesting. Wes is a really cool guy. Like, people love to dog him online. People love to talk shit about him. But he's really genuine. Like, he really wants to help people. And he has a really good program that can, if you get on Wes's program, it's almost impossible not to have a result. Like, I'm not trying to advertise it. I've never been on Wes's program. But I know people who have. And they've had great success. And like, Wes is loud.
No,
Wes is loud. Wes is in your face. Wes is 250 pounds of pure muscle, you know, and his energy's felt, and he don't give a fuck. Like, I think that's his superpower.
Right.
Like, Wes does not give a fuck. He's raw. He's real. He'll tell it to your face. He'll tell it how it is. You liking it or not? Which is why he has people coming to his gym trying to fight him. Did you see that?
No, I ain't see that part.
Some dude went to Elevation in Miami and just stepped up to him, the 7-foot tall dude, and he got knocked the fuck out. Wes beat the shit out of him in the gym.
Damn.
Because this dude just didn't like what Wes was saying online.
Right.
And wanted to beat him up for it.
But that's what you call standing on business.
Yeah, exactly.
Standing on business.
Fuck around and find out.
Hey, yeah. Fuck around and find the fuck out. I like that, though. I like his attitude, though.
Me too.
I feel like he's one of those considered confident and cocky at the same time, but he has the reason why.
Right. And he can back it up.
Right. And that's what he did. So, no, you know.
A Bugatti is not cheap.
Listen, I saw the shit. And I'm like,
a Bugatti is not cheap.
I'm
bro.
like, yo, you're really out here changing lives and making people wiser in their mind. And I think too, strong, just speaking from man to another man, I think our mental needs to be stronger.
Right.
And we all have to sometimes come together and just learn these different things. Like, because I don't know some things that you know and vice versa, but it's okay to listen to you because I know that your head is focused. I know that you have a strong level of understanding where I'm at and understanding where you're at. And we meet in the middle and the energy just go crazy. Yep. And so like when I listen to Wes, I be like, yo, it make you want to just walk in the room, like say, yo, guess what, son of a bitches? I'm the baddest mother in here. Exactly. Guess why? Because it's me. And you know what I'm saying? You could be the shortest. And you can be the biggest.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. But that's like, I like that mentality right there. And that's another part of leveling up, as well as just doing your homework. Like, I don't know how much you read, but like
a lot.
Like that. I just joined shout out Rich's book club. So my goal is to read 12 books this year. Okay. But I know I'll do more. But like that's in between, so I might have 2 books going on simultaneously. So one that's on Audible, and then one that I'm physically reading. Yeah. So then now I tackle more, and I take what I can from it, and that's what I'm learning too. You can't necessarily, when you read a book, it's like you can digest it, but not everything in the book is meant or applies to you. Correct. You have to take certain tidbits.
You gotta extract the information that you need.
Right, and then
that's it.
Run with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, the compound effect really helped me. How to Win Friends and Influence Others. I believe that's the name of that book. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta, like I said, I really gotta finish that one.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta really finish that one. The Psychology of Money. What's another one? Profit First. What about you? What's some book suggestions you might have?
I think before I tell you that, all books are good and designed to put you in a different state of mind, right? Mm-hmm. But if you don't take action, that information becomes useless, I agree. Right? knowledge is power. No, applied knowledge is power.
Elaborate.
Knowledge can be power
Okay.
if applied,
Got you.
right? Knowledge on its own is just knowledge,
Right.
right? But if you don't use that knowledge, then it's useless. A few of my favorite books, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It's probably one of my favorite books.
Yeah, I heard. I think we were. Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah, Rich said that. Yeah. I
3
heard that.
Feet from Gold,
Okay.
also from Napoleon Hill. It's one of my favorite books. Man, I have so many. The Tony Robbins money book. I forgot the exact title. Came out a couple years ago. It's really good. Also, I read a lot of spiritual books.
Okay. So
Also.
spiritual. Okay.
Yeah. So I just finished reading one called The Custodians from a psychotherapist named Dolores. She passed away about 10 years ago. Anyway, but she did past life regressions on people and took them to past lives. And I love shit like that.
What did you take from it? What's one of the
That there's more to this world than what we can see, feel, hear, and touch.
Okay.
You know, like there are other realms, other dimensions, other places that this physical body can't go to, but our spirit realm can.
Okay.
You know,
I like that. So is it almost like, when you grounding, like, if you go outside and some green grass and you just barefoot and then you like your balance and your frequency of like anxiety, stress and all that stuff just starts to.
part of it, because grounding is really meditation,
Okay.
right? Meditation is bringing you into the now, right? How can you become the observer of who you are? That's really how you bring yourself into the now, right? If you observe your breath, you are in the now. That's why they tell you to breathe, to meditate, right? Grounding is similar because you're barefoot, you're in the sand or in the grass or in nature or in water, right? And by you feeling that contact, you are bringing yourself into the now. You're not in the past, you're not in the future. In your mind, you are here right now. And that can allow you to come out of your body, right? That's why people love to meditate in nature. You sit in nature, you buy a nice tree, and you close your eyes and you focus on the right now,
Right.
on what's around you, on your breath, on the wind, on the sun, on whatever it may be.
Right.
And some people can leave their bodies in that manner and go into astral plane.
What's that?
All theories, right? Nothing proven. But the astral plane is where our soul goes when it leaves our body.
Okay. Gotcha. It's kind of like one of the things that I seen is this guy. I don't know his name, but he's on like Instagram and like every morning. It's, I guess, since it's wintertime still there, every morning he takes his sledgehammer
Ice bath
and
with the lion's hat.
Right.
I know what you're talking about.
And he does it and it'd be like -12 but he does it and he's only in there for what, 3 to like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't see that part, but he does it every morning and it's like, and he sits there and has like, he's so like positive, he's so calm. And I'm like, yo, I be hypothermic in that, be like, yo, what the hell am I doing out here? I need to be in the house and, in front of the fire or something, turn on the heat.
Yeah.
But he does it and it's like, it's something about it that it's like, I take that challenge to do that for 30 days and then like shift your mindset. It's kind of like taking a cold shower, right?
Yeah.
But in difference is that it's outside and it's cold as hell.
For a reason.
Like you could die.
Yeah.
But he does it and his body's gotten accustomed to it. And he does it 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 and he never misses.
And for him, he has several motivators keeping him going, right? Because he's done it now, I think, for over 600 days.
Facts.
Or something like that, right? So one, he has a crazy streak going that he probably does not want to break, right? That's one. So that helps him get over how cold it is, right? And two, he has millions of people watching him every single day take this cold plunge. He's profiting from it at this point.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
He has merchandise, he gets views, right? So he turned something that can be really good for you if you create that habit into a business.
Facts.
So now for him, he is bettering himself, making money, connecting with other people, teaching about discipline and mindset and leadership all in a simple video of him doing an ice bath outside in the freezing cold every single day.
Facts. And that's a part of leveling up.
Right.
So I like that. And it's stuff
But
like
he
that.
made that choice.
Yeah, if you make that choice.
And he continuously chooses to make that choice every single day.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
The first day that he misses, people will notice.
Right. Because they're going to hold you accountable.
100%.
And that's the thing when you become that leader, that fearless leader where you have to lead and guide people under you, that's a challenge in itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd say this, even mentors have mentors.
Of course.
And then other mentors, those have mentors.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're forever learning. And I was like, I want people to don't forget that. Don't ever forget that. Like, just because you learn something today, you can learn something new tomorrow. And then guess what? A year from now, 2 years from now, the same thing that you was doing that one time, it's going to change then because there's going to be either a smarter way to do it, an easier way to do it, or guess what? That just doesn't work anymore. We're going to do this. And I think, too, that's a part of leveling up that people don't get to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to stay at this job being a sales clerk and then I'm the janitor and then I'm, you want to just say, what do I need to do so that I can be a manager to run this place?
To your point, which is why a lot of older people struggle with computers. Right? Because they didn't level up. They didn't relearn the new tool that they should have relearned, right? They may be used to, a typewriter or something like that, right? Going way back, right? or a pen and paper, right? And not wanting to learn a cell phone or a computer or a new app or how things work or crypto. Or whatever it may be, right? Whatever the new advancements that are occurring, AI, right? If you don't keep up, you will be left behind.
Touche. And now to add to that, or you will pay somebody to do it for you, and it will cost you more,
right,
for something that they can do.
It'll either cost you your time or money.
Facts.
Right? Time for you to go learn it and play with it, or money to pay somebody else to go do it for you.
Facts. And I mean, at this day and age, I mean, some people rather pay and some people rather learn. But those who rather learn has the knowledge, what we talked about, and being better and being wiser and being prepared for the next level. And I think, like, say, as we get older, we never stop learning. I believe that, I don't know if you have kids, but like kids teach you stuff every day.
I do have 2 kids.
I
do think once again that's a choice. I do think there are some people who stop learning.
But they give up though, right? So
completely give up. They don't care anymore. They don't want to. They're good. They know what they know. They do what they do. They make their money. They go to work, get their paycheck. I'm done.
Right, but I think it's nothing wrong with living paycheck.
Nothing.
To
nothing.
Sustain your life.
Yeah.
However, but if you want, I think, like you said, let's go back to Wes Watson real quick. He was in prison.
Yeah.
I think 10 years.
Yeah.
Got out, hit the ground running, failed here and there, but then success started happening one after the other. One after the other. And then now he's reached a certain status. So I feel like jail doesn't stop you from being great. Homelessness doesn't stop you from being great.
Nope.
Being broke doesn't stop you from being great.
Nope.
What stops you is you.
Correct.
That's the number one thing that I've taken.
Correct.
It's like you might not have all the money and the glam and all this today, but it won't stop you. If you really work hard enough, you're gonna get it. And it's not like, I don't think too, you don't have to have all the jewelry. You know what I'm saying? The gold chains and the diamond rings and that. But if that's you, you do. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Right.
I got one. Cool. It's fine. But other than that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change who you are as a person, because who you are today will be the same person you are later on in life. They just will see a different version with a little jewelry, with a little fancy car. And the cars and the jewelry, without that, you what? What do you have? You're supposed to be an upfront and astute person.
Yeah.
And not only that, just be you. Like, don't ever try to be anybody else but yourself. That's what I take. And also keep leveling up. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, man, it's like so many levels to this game. So many levels that, like, I feel like I'm like still scraping like some of the surface paint to try to, oh, is this gold? Nah, that's the black. Okay, I got to keep scratching until I get to the gold. You know what I'm saying? And then even then, what else is there? What how many more levels can we go? You know?
To your point, right? Like, materialistic things don't make you who you are.
Facts.
Right? Like, anybody can amount to having a lot of shit, right? Mm-hmm. But the most elevated people really have no material stuff. Like these like yogi gurus, right? These guys, these monks who meditate all day, 12 hours a day, right? These guys are really, really, really high elevated with their consciousness, and they vibrate in a completely different frequency than the average person. They have a certain level of understanding of the world, of nature, of the universe that is so beyond, because all they do is connect to it every single day, every second of the day for 12, 15, 20 hours a day. Right? And they have no materialistic things. It's just the clothes in their body, their shoes, their bed. That's it.
The basic things, or the basic fundamentals that God.
And those guys are super, super high elevated mentally.
Would you ever go and like stay there for like a little bit? Like practice like monknism or whatever it's called?
I've thought about it. So I did karate for a very long time.
Okay.
And there's a lot of that in karate, a lot of meditation and breathing and, you know, and being zen. There's a lot of that. So I have dabbled with that a little bit, but that's not my life. That's not for me. I need to go create.
Okay. I got you.
You know?
It means he's a 3rd degree black belt and he will fuck you up. That's what it means. Moving on. Moving forward.
Facts.
But I think too, like practicing that and learning that Zen too will put you too at a higher frequency.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever walked in a room and just felt uncomfortable. Like you're comfortable in the skin you're in, but the energy like, whoa.
Right. The energy was weird in that room.
We're not going to eat here. I know we really saw the reviews. We really want it. But today, detour.
Yeah.
And that happens in life too now. And that's what I think too, where we get like a little discouraged, where we get not scared, but we see something and we're like, yo, it's not the right moment to be there. We need to go, you know? What are you about to say?
Something I enjoy doing is so like that exact scenario, right? You walk into a place and you feel the energy is not right, right? I've started to stay and not leave. Because now I want to change the energy.
Okay.
Right? So I believe my energy and my aura is so strong that I can change the energy of this room.
Okay.
Like, let's fucking cleanse it. Right? Okay. Let's not allow this negative energy to stay here.
Gotcha.
Let's bring in the light. And let's shine on this energy.
Gotcha.
And let's dissipate it.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
I can see that. Do you?
Because if you don't challenge it, it's gonna stay lingering.
But you're no longer there, so why challenge it if you're not there? Because
No.
remember, we walked away.
No, I would stay.
Oh, you would stay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it,
I'm
I
gonna
get it.
walk in and stay.
Okay. Let me ask you this: how do you deal with a bad waiter?
You give him a bad tip.
That was too easy. That was too easy. Damn, give him a bad tip.
You give him a bad tip or no tip.
Don't quit your day job.
Or you write down the tip. You know?
Learn to smile and brush your
Exactly. Tip of the day.
teeth. That's wild. Listen, wow.
But I usually don't get bad waiters because of my energy. Right? The waiter steps into my table, he's gonna feel my energy. He's gonna know that, all right, I can't fuck around right now. Right? Like, I'm gonna look you in the eyes and I'm gonna connect with you, and you're gonna know that I mean business. And you're gonna know that, like, you're gonna respect this table. You're gonna do your job.
Do your job.
Yeah. I'm at a place in my life where I don't force things. I allow my power and my energy to do the talking for me. Right?
I can see that.
I'm not going to allow others' energies, opinions, frequencies to affect me unless I want it to.
Right.
Right? I'm gonna stand my ground. Right. I'm really sure and confident of who I am.
Right.
And you're gonna see that, and you're gonna respect that, and you're gonna roll with that.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Because I'm the customer.
Right. It's
Right?
gonna be
I'm
what it's
the
gonna
one
be.
paying. Yeah.
I feel you. I agree. Do you see yourself later on possibly doing like TED Talks?
Thought about it. I've been offered the opportunity to. Never actually pulled the trigger. My issue with TED Talks is that I think it's been overdone. I think 6 years ago, 8 years ago, I think it was really cool. Right? I was like, oh, you did a TED Talk? That's dope. But now everyone's done a fucking TED Talk. I think it lost its spark. I think it lost its authenticity. It's not authenticity, but I think it lost its marketing ability.
Okay.
Right? Because like it almost became like you gotta do a TED Talk in order for you to be known or be a speaker or this, and then everyone started doing it, and to me it just diluted it.
Okay. So you kind of gonna go in like your own lane of things. Like, do you see yourself like, I know, like say we do pods and whatnot. Do you see growing the show like let's say internationally?
Oh yeah.
And
Actually, my show is international.
okay.
There's
Congrats to that.
I forgot the thank you. I forgot the exact site, but it's podcast listings. I'm gonna get it for you. And basically, if your podcast is on Apple or Spotify, the site ranks it, and they can see worldwide where you rank. So I actually rank in the top 30 in Latvia, top 100 in South Africa.